Hi everybody, welcome to day 18, almost finished, a couple hours to go. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself for sure. Get into that. So I'm just going to play through this. Playing through that. Hey, how are we going? Let's see what's happening here. Lost a few controls over my YouTube, to be honest. So it's doing some funny things. Gotta wait till it processes through. Oh, nice. Let me find the mute button on there. Yeah, it's weird. It's all gone funny on my YouTube. Can't even see the Ellen. I might have to just close out of that. Hey, welcome everybody. Hope you guys are having a good time. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So day 18, we're currently got 5 hours and 8 minutes to go. Pretty much, don't forget that there's only a flat rate too. So the rank volume bonus phase is already over. Everybody receives a 1.75%, 1.75, I should say, flat bonus on the for the next day, plus the hours above. So 1 day and 5 hours and 8 minutes left to go. Pretty awesome. So 19 days has been sacrifice phase. We're in day 18, almost finished, and not long to go. So the journey's almost over for the sacrifice phase. We'll wait for the public testnet, which should be coming up this week. And of course, yeah, hopefully that will be a bit of fun too. Everyone can get on there and do the testnet. I guess hook up the MetaMask wallet, switch it over, start playing on there, maybe on the I don't know whether they're going to use the Robstein test network or what are they going to do, but we'll find out from that. Obviously here it is at the moment. Current rate per points is $1.89. Remember we started all the way back here at $1. Now we're over here, up here with the white line and crossing over the actual price curve there. And of course, it's $1.89 now for 10,000 points. And then on top of that, you get a 1.75 multiplier. So pretty cool on that. And of course, we're going to finish up with $1.98 tomorrow. And then the multiplier will still be 1.75 tomorrow for day 19. So interesting stuff there. I think that's about it on there. I don't think there's anything new on the actual site that I can see. No, nothing that I can see that's new. So that's that. Let's go straight to the sacrifice, see how much we've got there. Once again, hey, Gertz Slepson's in there. Hey, Gertz, good to see you. Hello, hello. Nice to see you for sure. And very cool. All right, so we've got total sacrifice so far, 711 million is on here. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. And of course, on top of that's probably another 25 to 30, maybe even slightly more million on top of that with the non-ETH as well. So pretty amazing. We're pretty much close to $750 million US dollars. That's pretty amazing stuff. So it'll be interesting to see the final tally and when it tallies up. This is the snapshot, of course, based on the 1 hour our sacrifice period, of course, and it's just for the ETH chain. Includes some SENS Foundation sacrifice. That's to the long life research, and also some staker app. I believe the SENS research is over $27 million now, maybe $27.5 million sacrificed to them. That's pretty fantastic for health and long life research. Pretty cool. And of course, some of the staker app donations not included as well, and it's just for the Ethereum blockchain. 1 day and 5 hours to go, pounding it down. Let's have a quick look at the trend. The trend is your friend, and we'll go straight down here. We can see, obviously, on day 17, when we had the first day, it was the best day, relatively speaking, depending on the price of the asset that you're sacrificing, at 20.56 million. So real did rise up in the last couple of days, and then today we're actually quite low today, 3.23 million, and obviously that would getting a higher sacrifice at the end would really depend on the price of the assets, like Hex, for example, what that does. And obviously, if that went up, then you'd probably see the sacrifice go even higher. So we'll see how we go in the next 5 hours, of course, before day 18 finishes. Might get up to 4 million, 5 million, something like that. And then, of course, the last day, you're going to get those people that want to get in late. You're going to, oh, boy, I've got to get in before it closes. So you might get a little bump there. Also, we may still see any massive price movement potential there. It depends on how the gamification is going to play out there, and we'll see. We'll see whether any whales decide to do anything. Obviously, getting in early was probably the better play for the whales. A lot of them did, and that's why we've got the performance leaderboard as it is. So pretty cool. Hey, we've got a couple of comments there in the chat. So up to day 19, do you know when Pulsechain will be up and running? Well, we're expecting the Pulse testnet to be up and running this week. That's the expectation based on Richard's last comments. And then, of course, I'm not sure how long that will actually last. The original one about a week ago or so, Richard was talking about 30 to 60 days until mainnet. So we still got to have the public testnet. Then we have the fork, and then we have the what do you call it, the mainnet up and running. So there we are. So that's pretty much that there. That's for that doggy guy. Hey, good to see you. How I made it, right? Richard Hart said about 45 days after testnet. Yeah, so 30 to 60 days. That's about right. So we've got testnet expected this week. It was supposed to be last week, but they've obviously had some challenges getting servers up, getting load sharing on that services and all that sort of stuff. So we're waiting to see how that goes. But they're trying to do it the gold standard way, which is cool. I think that's better than rushing it for sure. How I made it a testnet after sacrifice is over, absolutely. And Robert Coherd, glad to be a member of the Pulsation Nation. Hey, I like that. That's pretty cool. Pulsation Nation. Good one, Robert. And Richard Hart, about to do live stream. Yeah, I guess so. This is just going to be a quick update, so you're going to be able to jump on there too. I'm going to check that out in a second anyway myself. So it's a quick coverage. Thomas St. James, what do you mean by flat bonus 1.75? Well, it means basically that you get the 10,000 points up front, and whatever you per dollar 88, I think it is. Yeah, what's it, 88? Have a look here. So it's going to be $1.80 or $1.89, I should say. So whatever you get, a dollar costs you $1.89 per 10,000 points. Then you multiply that by 1.75 with your bonus there. There's two components. Yeah, it costs you $1.89 for 10,000 points, and then you multiply those points by $1.75. Yeah, for 10,000 points, you're basically getting, 17,500 points, or pulse coins, pretty much like that. It's just going to cost you a lot more than it did at the beginning at $1. It's depending on what you're putting in there, of course. All right, so that's that. Let me just jump back here. We've got Gert saying, when sacrifice phase is over, when will we receive our Pulsechain tokens? Now, I understand that originally I thought they might be minted, but it looks like they possibly will just be airdropped into the actual Pulsechain. So you probably just have to flick over the Pulsechain wallet as your network, and should be able to see your airdrop there. So they haven't had, I don't know if we've had full confirmation from Richard Hart on that. That's imagine how it's going to happen, that you just switch over the network, and your tokens, your Pulse tokens will be in your wallet. I did think that they were going to be minted, so we still need a bit of clarity on that. That's my current knowledge at the moment. How I made it, when mainnet goes live, we'll get the RPC URL for MetaMask, and PLS should be loaded in the wallet. Yeah, that's what I expect to now as well. Now, obviously, there's a Howey test, and typically you would end up minting them yourselves, just like in the Hex process. But I do believe that how I made it is correct, that we will get, you just have to get the network up for Pulsechain on your MetaMask, for example, and then your Pulse will be airdropped there. And then it's going to be go for gold, right? Go for gold. Everything starts from zero on the Pulsechain, and then moves up from there. And it looks like the Pulse will probably get priced up first with some sort of market maker, and then it will just flush through all the other pairs will start, trying to value themselves, as it were, something like that. So pretty cool. Hey, thanks, kids. All right, so let's jump forward. Of course, this is where we are at the moment, looking pretty good. About 735 million or more is what I guess is the total sacrifice at the moment. So heading towards $750 million. Amazing. That's on the time shot. Let's have a quick look at the actual market value of the sacrifice so far, at least on the ETH chain. And we're sitting at 605 million, pretty amazing. And of course, Hex is up there, up from yesterday, about 66 million is the increase in the Hex sacrifice. So almost just over 3.2. It's 3,263 million. So it's pretty amazing. Hex price at 12.3 cents, 157,657 Ethereum worth, and of course just over 400 million US dollars. So pretty nice. We've got about 202 million in stable coins, so 145 million USDC, DAI stable at 32, and 25.5 for Tether. So looking pretty good. It's about about 202 million. Now, what's going to be used for? That's always the question a lot of people are asking. We've talked about that many times. Could be a lot of things. Could be marketing, development, liquidity pools, buying Hex on the market, sacrificing Hex, or just buying Hex, taking more Hex off the market. There's lots of things this thing could be used for. Setting up investment vehicles, all lots of stuff. Bridges, development, MetaMask development, obviously stuff like that. Because remember, Richard's talking about he wants the Pulsechain network. Then he's got Hex, obviously, as a premium CD, and then of course he wanted to have a new MetaMask and also a fiat on ramp. Those are the 4 pillars of a supercharged value system. So that's pretty much it. So it could be all sorts of stuff happening there, and even if we see a little bit of this used for different purposes, you never know. And of course, the other thing is it might just sit there. You just never know at this stage. My question, of course, is there's no concentration owner other than the whales in Pulse, so that's kind of an interesting play, quite different from Hex, which has the Origin wallet. So we'll see whether anything happens in the next day with any big moves in prices. I think Richard has warned people about Hex OGs or anyone else. If you be careful selling your Hex down kind of thing, because who knows what could happen there. So we'll watch out for that. All right, so that's pretty cool. And of course, you can actually switch over here, obviously, on the actual wallet, and you can switch over to Binance Chain and Polygon on there as well, just by hitting this B button. Now, that's pretty much it. So I'll just post this in the chat, of course, if you want to check this out yourself. Nice one there. And if you want to check out that as well, switch to crypto, show this guy some love. Great work keeping us all updated throughout this journey. Yeah, I love the journey. It's been fantastic. Hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Very cool. Yeah, so let's quickly have a quick look at some of the other chains that are on the map. We've got BSC scan as well. Let's have a quick look at that one. And of course, Polygon scan. Let's have a look at that too. Obviously, it's interesting that Richard said that Pulsechain, when he saw that BSC could do it, then he could see that Pulsechain could work, and just enhancing it was pretty cool. So it's about $3.2 million inside the old Pulsechain, BSC scan there on Binance Smart Chain, that is, for those people less familiar with that term. So you got 2.6 million in USD and a few others in BSC USD in there as well. So not too bad. And I think Polygon Mat's got just under 200,000 there. So interesting stuff there. All right, so check out of that, and let's go back out of there, and let's go back to the sacrifice. So we looked at the sacrifice totals, both the timestamp and the market value on the ETH chain, and a little bit there on the BSC and Polygon Matic. Let's jump over to the leaderboard and check that at the moment. Obviously, we'll go to the top there. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got 5 leaders over 10 million, which is pretty handsome. And let's go down and see how many we've got in the top 100 now. We had 79, I think it was yesterday. And let's have a quick look, see what we've got now. 75 here. So I'm not sure what the values are changing around for. Values have been changing around for some reason. So 78. So I'm not actually sure the reason why that is. Which shows 75 now. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. But anyway, let's go down to the bottom there. Top 100, 779,000 is the actual view there. So pretty cool. In the 100, so you have to have basically 780,000 to get in the top 100 there, based on the ETH chain alone. Let's have a quick look at the top of 1,000 and so forth. Let's quickly put that up there. And we're going to check this out. I'm saying R a bit. Sorry about that. Sometimes it happens there. I just did it again. All right, so let's wait for that to update. I think that's let's click the view on the 1,000. Now there are a few scenarios that could play out for Hex price in the next day, and also up with when we get up to the fork of Ethereum, the actual fork. Could cause some different price movements there. Let's scroll right down to the bottom, and we're top 1,000. To get in top 1,000, you need $181,502 today. That's that. And let's have a look at the top 5,000. Check that out. So I hope you guys are having a good time out there, and watching plenty of YouTube videos on Pulsechain. That's definitely, I've been watching quite a few. One of my favorites is Big Pep. I love Big Pep. He's pretty good. It's like it's got some good commentary. I see Crypto Coffee out there doing some nice videos, and there's a few others out there too doing some nice stuff. All right, I think we're just about to update. I've got to wait. It's not quite there yet. Just seems to take a bit longer when it loads 5,000. I think it might be ready now. Let's have a go. Yep. So $11,865 is what you need to get in the top 5,000, just based on the ETH. Doesn't include non-ETH stuff like Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and the rest of it. And I know there's quite a few million in there. I think Bitcoin last time I think was maybe over 16 million, something like that. Bitcoin Cash was maybe 3 million or something. So it's quite a bit in those for sure, which adds on top of this. So very cool. All right, so that's the totals. I think we covered that. So we're definitely heading towards a solid $750 million US by tomorrow. I think that's probably going to be pretty safe in the bag, and that's a pretty good number. Remember, EOS was over a year and it raised 4 billion. That was kind of the record. And so I think within such a short time frame, and at the beginning, bearish conditions in the marketplace as well. It's a pretty amazing result, really. So looking good. Sacrifice percentage, my favorite number, as you all know, 0.514 sacrificed of Hex. Amazing. As I say every time, I wish it was 1% because you're getting that squeeze on, right? And scarcity creates pumpamentals, and so getting that really further down. Definitely, if we were at 4.8% 2 months ago, then we're getting down to 4.3. Goes back up a bit because of the stuff coming out of stakers, but there's less stakers, right? Actually, the staking number looks like it's just up a tad today, 9.527. So we must have had a bit more staking to happen overnight because that was actually going down. So we've got 570 in the circulating and 60.44 billion in the Hex. Actually, that does look a little bit down. That's interesting. That number looks a bit interesting. We hit the sacrifice percentage there. Let me hit that. You can see the white slither there. That's the 0.5%. So that's off the market, basically. Richard said that, imagine if Hex doesn't get sold out back in. And that just pumpamentals for Hex stakers and Hex owners. Pretty awesome. All right, we've got 55 million in the V2 and 24 million Hex and V3 on Uniswap. And obviously, there, what's that about? That's about 85% still of the total liquidity. So it's very much because it's stuck in USD. That means the price of Hex only goes up based on the demand for Hex at any particular time. And of course, with the squeeze on, it's just less and less Hex on the market, relatively speaking. And that staker class is pretty hardcore. They want to, get their T shares and stake more, and so that also keeps scarcity down as well in the market, and helps with the price up overall over time. So look back at the number of these wallets. Wallets are up 319, 273 to 319, 743, almost over 320, and that's up of what, about 500 wallets there, give or take 460 or something like that. So looking good. And there's the old staking amount as well. You can actually there, like you can see the staking candle there. It's definitely gone up overnight. So nice one there. It's got a bit of a rebound there, and obviously people are trying to, if they're staking on this side before the Pulsechain, before the fork, then they're going to get a copy on Pulsechain. So people that have not decided, taken the strategy not to sacrifice, or maybe they've taken a part of their bags they were gonna they had in liquid, maybe they sacrificed part of it. Remember Richard said 2/3, 1/3 kind of thing. Then maybe they're just staking that and they're going to copy it over onto the Pulsechain and with the T shares as well. So pretty interesting stuff. Now, what's that's all going to mean? Well, obviously, when Pulsechain launches, we've got to price all up from zero, including PHEX and Pulsecoin itself. So it's going to be pretty fun to see how that plays out. How many people are going to hold on to their Pulse? Of course, they're going to go and start spending their Pulse on some of the other peers and trying to buy up some of the other tokens. Going to be interesting stuff. And also how much fiat flows in over through the ETH chain into the narrow bridge into Pulse. How that's going to play out as well. It's going to be pretty fascinating for sure. I'm not so sure that Vitalik and the ETH chain will be able to do much to prevent anything. I think Richard talked about going to a broad bridge. In other words, on multiple, across potentially thousands of peers, but otherwise, was going to do the narrow bridge. Depends if they play games. So I'm not sure how much they can actually do to defend that, to be honest. So I think that's pretty cool. Aaron says RH going live soon. Cool. Well, we're going to wrap up soon anyway. We're almost up for 20 minutes, just about finished. So that's pretty much it. Let's have a quick look at Nomics to roll it up so we can go check out what Richard's going to be doing on his live stream. We should get some really good insights from that. So it's going to be gold. Richard, Hex sitting at number 3 there, 70.93 billion and at 12.3 cents. So pretty nice in the market. So Ethereum up at 2,600 almost. Bitcoin's back off that 2,000. So didn't manage to get over there really, back at 40. So we'll see how that plays out too. But still, market's still looking not too bad at the moment. All right, let's probably wrap it up. 20 minutes is pretty good to me. We've got SMGMs in the house. Hey, good to see it. Don't forget to smash that subscribe, like button, and hit the bell, of course, and share if you can. And I will catch you tomorrow for the last day, day 19. And let's see what Richard has in store for us in terms of news flow today and tomorrow. It's going to be pretty exciting. And let's see whether any late massive buying does occur, any incredible positioning. And let's see if the Sacrifice wallet does anything as well. It'll be interesting to see as also. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Enjoy your day. I'm going to go and watch Richard's video when it does go live. And yeah, check that out too. Richard Hart is going to do a live stream. Pretty nice soon. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this day 18. Just about finished. 5 hours to go for the Sacrifice. Then day 19, last day of the journey. And then hopefully public testnet will get announced. May get announced now with Richard going live. So we'll hopefully find that out too. All right. Thanks very much. Thanks, Gertz. Peace out for everybody. And I'll just do my typical sign off here. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Cheers.